The City of La Crosse Parks, Rec and Forestry Department has launched a restoration project aimed at the Crosse River Marsh. News 19's Miller Hyatt has details on that project.
An abundance of wildlife call the Crosse River Marsh home. Spanning over 1,000 acres, it is the largest wetland in the watershed.
It serves many very important functions. One of them, perhaps the most important, is a hydrological function of storing stormwater, letting that water settle out here, flow slowly, and some of the sediment and impurities settle out before that water then joins the Mississippi River.
Chuck Lee is the president of the Friends of the Crosse River Marsh, a nonprofit organization dedicated to the preservation and enhancement of the marsh. He says the marsh also serves as a natural habitat and regional fish hatchery and is an important recreation spot with walking and biking trails. With the marsh being in the heart of the city, it is a target of industrial development. Highways, railroads, and power lines pass through the marsh, and the marsh has now lost half of its size. That's why the Friends of the Crosse River Marsh is teaming up with the City of La Crosse Parks and Recreation and Forestry Department in a multi-year restoration project aiming to create and maintain a healthy marsh.
So ideally, this next year, we'll be able to select one of those high-ranking priorities through our final report and start looking at funding and pursuing alternative funding options as well so that we can begin making some of these sound improvements.
Leah Miller is the Outdoor Recreation Coordinator with the City of La Crosse, and she is the project manager, making sure that conditions are assessed and the project is moving in the right direction. The end goal is to keep the marsh healthy, at the same time providing outdoor recreation to local residents. For WXOW News 19, I'm Miller Hyatt.
And to learn more about the River Marsh Restoration Project, a webinar will be held on Wednesday, tomorrow, 6:30. You can find a link to that on the city's website. Meanwhile,